Okay, this is a training video to show you how to use the Star Citizen star map in version of the game 3.1.4. Right now I don't have my hands touching any of the controls. I'm in a Drake Cutlass. I'm sitting on the landing pad here at Port All-Star, and that's one of the round gravity circles that are moving around the Port All-Star station. I am physically pointing towards the back of the Port All-Star station where you see these round tubes. That's the back of the station, and then this is the big planet of Crusader with these red stripes on it. It's a big Jupiter planet. I'm now going to put I'm right-handed, so I'm going to put my left finger on the F key. And now you see I get this round white circle, and I'm going to power up my ship. As you can see, I get various commands down here. Different ships have different commands at different locations, so you got to play around with them until you get used to it. But I'm going to go to flight ready.
Hello and welcome aboard your Drake interplanetary craft.
I have my finger
Your
on the
systems are online.
on the left keyboard button, and I use my left mouse button to click on flight ready, and now all of my systems have powered up, as you can see. Okay, so now I can go ahead and plot a location before I even take off. So I'm going to touch the F1 key, and now with the F1 key I have a cursor, and I'm just moving this around with my mouse. I'm not holding any keys, I'm just moving the mouse around. And I'm going to come down here to the lower left, and I'm actually going to utilize this. Since this is a star map video, I'm going to use this star map button right here. This is the main star map button inside of your Mobi-Glass, because when I went to the F1 I opened up my Mobi-Glass, so this is showing all my statistics in front of me, how much oxygen, what my heart rate is, all this good stuff, how much what the external atmosphere is like, and all that. So now I come down here and I press the star map. I left click with my mouse and the star map pops up. This is where I am right now. This is Port All-Star with this upside down triangle. Okay, don't worry about anything else right now, just that upside down triangle. That's where I'm physically at. Now I'm going to use my mouse wheel on my mouse, and I'm going to move the mouse wheel up towards the ceiling. Okay, that's zooming out. Now this big round thing right here with the red stripes on it, that is Crusader. That's this planet right here. That's the Jupiter planet. This is Crusader in the real PTU, and this is Crusader on the star map. Okay, you're looking at my cursor moving around. All right. So now, if I push down on my mouse wheel, like I'm pushing it towards the mouse pad, I'm zooming in. Okay, and all this that little white line that pops up, because everything on my cursor is operated by the very tip of the cursor. That little white line that pops up is just showing the orbit of Port All-Star. As I move the mouse wheel back up towards the sky, I'm zooming out. That's the Port All-Star orbit around Crusader. Okay, now right now none of the planets are physically moving, so that's a good thing. So now I'm going to zoom out, and now I could tentatively plot a trip to Daymar, which is the desert planet. I can plot a course to Yella, which is the ice moon. I could even, if I zoom out a little more, I could plot a course to Selin, okay, which is like a dusty moon. But I don't want to go to those locations. Where I want to go is to Delmar, D-E-L-M-A-R. So I'm going to continue to move the mouse wheel back, 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 back. As you can see, I'm starting to get another little blue circle, and there it is, Delmar. Now, if for some reason this doesn't pop up right away, I can hold down my right mouse key, and I can move the map around. As you can see, I'm just holding down the right mouse key and moving the mouse around. Okay, so I can let it go. And then I put my cursor up here by the by the D in Delmar. You can see a little planet pop up. Now, if I left click, so make sure you get the green line. Now, the reason why it keeps moving is because this is simulating me breathing and my arm moving up and down as I breathe. Okay, so you just gotta get used to that. So I'm a left click. As you see, I got a solid green line, but it's a thin line going to Delmar. Now, to lock in Delmar as a location, I now go down here to set location, and I left click set location, and now you see I got a really thick green line and to go to Delmar. I am now locked for Delmar. Okay, at this point I can close my mobi-glass, so I'll hit the F1 key. And if I want to look around my ship before I take off to make sure everything's clear, I can hit the F4 key, and I can hit the Z as in zebra key, and now I can move my mouse around and look all around my ship, make sure there's nobody in the way when I get ready to take off, because I'm going to go straight up here in a second. Okay, there's nobody around. Oh, again, the front of my ship right now, this is the back of my ship. You see the two engines, that's the back. And you see no streaks coming out of those engines, and I'll talk about that in a minute. But if you got streaks coming out of those engines, that's pretty much meaning that you're moving. So the front of my ship, which is pointing directly to the front of the screen where those tubes are, that's the back of Port All-Star, and that's Crusader. That's the planet of Crusader. If I turn my ship around, I'll look at you just moving the mouse around. That's the front of Port All-Star, which is in the back of my ship. Okay? Now, if I press the if I press the Z key, the Z is in zebra, and I press the F4 key, I am now back in the cockpit of my ship. If I hold down the space bar,
Launch complete.
I now take off. So I can get some height. Take my hand off the space bar, press the N key, and raise my landing gear. N is in November.
Landing gear up.
Hands off of all controls. I now can hit the F4 key, and I can hit the Z key again and move my mouse around to see who's around me. Hey, there's a ship right there, and that's a big old reclaimer that's just sitting there. But my engines don't have any streaks coming from them yet, so I'm just sitting still. Now, that's one way to tell I'm sitting still. No streaks are coming out of the engines. I hit the Z key again, hit the F4 key, that puts me back in the cockpit. And look on the upper left, you see a big 0. That 0 is my current speed. So I'm just sitting here hanging in the air. So now I give it a little bit of gas. As you can see, my speed goes up to 32. I put my right hand on my joystick because I use a joystick, and I'm turning to the left. And you see that little green circle turn to the left? That's showing the direction that my ship is moving. That X in the middle is showing exactly where the front of my ship is right now. Now, this little half moon right here I'm pointing at, that is Daymar. That's the desert planet, but I'm not going there. Yella is over here where I'm pointing the ship at right now. It's not popping up because I'm not going there. Okay? You got another moon, Selene, is going back in this direction behind the Jupiter planet, which is Crusader, but I'm not going there. Where I'm going, and I've already plotted on my mobi-glass, is right here, Delmar. Oh, one other important thing. These solar panels that you see right here, that's pretty much the front of the Port All-Star starbase. So if somebody's, especially in my org, if somebody's saying meet at the rally point, that's pretty much one of the spots we could be talking about. Not necessarily the spot, but one of the spots. So right here, we got Delmar. I line up on Delmar. I take my hands off the controls. I can drop the speed to 0 if I want to, or I could just continue to cruise. But the farther I move away from the Port All-Star star base, I'm going to get out into the outside the armistice zone, and somebody can shoot me. So let's go ahead and go quantum drive, and I'm going to press and hold the B
Quantum
key.
drive is now on.
That's the B key as in boy. I now left the armistice zone, and I am now heading out to Delmar. And this is one of the furthest locations you can go. And if you hit the F4 key again, so you can look around. You hit the Z key, I can look all around my ship as I'm in quantum. Pretty cool, huh? Okay, I'm coming up on Delmar. I hit the Z key, I hit the F4 key. That puts me right in an asteroid. That was interesting.
Quantum drive is now off.
Alright, let's get out of this asteroid. That's a little bit of artificiality of the game. Okay, I'm giving it afterburner. So you see my speed is going up. Okay, I'm now putting my hand back on the joystick, and I'm looking for Levski. And Levski is the main location I was looking for when I used my quantum drive to get here. And that's Levski, and I can move, as you can see, I can see it a little bit better in my dashboard by moving my dashboard up in front of it. Another artificiality of the game, but I can see it. One important thing here is if you have any locations on a planet, if they have a number underneath them in kilometers that says it's anything like 900, 800, that's on the other side of the planet. If it's less than 200, that means it's right in front of you on this side of the planet. Okay, that's a key thing to remember. Otherwise, you're going to fly straight into the planet thinking you're going to get someplace, and all you're going to do is just grind it to the ground. Okay? That ends this tutorial on how to use your star map to get out here to Delmar and Levski. Thank you.